Hi, I'm Rose Freeman. I am a MFA directing candidate scheduled to graduate in spring of 2021. Woot woot. And I am the book writer as well as the staging director of Chance the Snapper. Chance the Snapper was inspired by a true story. Uh, a alligator was found in the Humboldt Park Lagoon in 2019 in Chicago, Illinois, and Chicago lost its mind. As a former Chicago resident, I'm from Chicago. I also followed the story of Chance the Snapper ardently. I was just obsessed, and I was so amused that Chicago in this time, it's a very democratic city. It's going through a lot, and it saw Chance and just grabbed onto it, and it threw block parties and celebrated and made jokes in all of the true Chicago ways. And I proposed Chance the Snapper as a musical, pretty tongue in cheek. Fortunately, or unfortunately, depending on my workload, uh, Spicer heard this pitch and believed in it. He believed in Chance. And he countered back with me, what if the alligator's played by just a man out in the lagoon, lost? Where could we go with this? And since then, it's been a really delightful collaboration. And now we have Chance the Snapper, and we're making it work. And it's just a wonderful, rollicking adventure. Directing in a virtual setting is really different from directing for a live setting. There is a struggle to not turn it into film, which I am not a film director, never have been, and could never be. It's just not what I do. But theater is sitting around a fire telling stories. Zoom theater, whatever this really exciting new medium that I think is actually going to be here to stay and get really explored, is basically just yelling into the fire and hoping through alchemy it comes out on the other side. Right? That's our relationship to the audience. But that doesn't discount what's happening with the cast. Just because you don't have kinesthetic response that is so true in the rehearsal room, in the rehearsal Zoom room, you still have the daily check-ins. You still have the hey, how are you? How's it going? You still have the play that can happen. And fostering that play is really about just relaxing the rigor a bit. We have a job to do, but also letting there be room for the joy of playing off of each other and giving grace for those delays and recognizing that we're in each other's homes. Showing off each other's pets or telling a good joke that day can go a really long way. And I don't know how I would have survived this pandemic without these types of productions. And I hope that my cast feels the same way. Um, Not so much out of survival, but I hope they're finding joy in that, and I think they are, in that community that we're building digitally. As a director, I have gotten so efficient, but also brave in that I am starting to really explore the sensuality of scenes, and like what things feel like and how art can be explored in that way. And it's also been a wonderful exercise in letting go of control. Um, so often we can send actors off and say, hey, go explore with this, see what you come back. And what they come back with is something that is worthy of being celebrated. I have a policy in my room that, especially now that we're doing Zoom theater in this time, I have a policy that we don't do anything we don't feel excited by and that we don't want to enthusiastically support. My directing style has always been based in enthusiastic consent, and that concept has been amplified in this digital medium. I am most proud of our perseverance. I could say that I've learned how to use editing software. I could say that it is the cast learning how to find joy in difficult things. I could say that it is that I'm proud of this musical itself and where it is going and the hard questions that the actors have asked in a collaboration, but truly it is perseverance. Chance is a lot of fun, but it's also tackling some pretty serious topics. Chance the Snapper is about an alligator. And when you ask me what my target audience is, we always jokingly say drunk adults in Chicago. But what we're really talking about is home and community and bravery and what it is to grow up and what it is for communities to flourish or be threatened. What bureaucracy can do when it's faced with corruption, what gentrification can do to a neighborhood, uh, what what we all are trying to do together, and what it actually takes to keep community going.
Hi, I'm Spicer. I'm the composer, lyricist, and co-bookwriter of Chance the Snapper.
Spicer's the one that believed in this joke, but here we are.
Sort of about the process in general, from the writing to the production of it. I think one of the mottos we've kept is we don't believe in a bad time. We're talking about very, important things, but we are going to have a good time doing it. And, we believe in joy in theater. Theater is a joyful art form. So if we're not having a good time, that's usually an indicator that something's off. And so that's kind of been our process.
That's been our own personal herbs and horto.
Yes. There you go. Connecting a thing from the show.